If you clicked on this video, you want to know how to find the blaster boxes that have the best value. So today I'm going to show you some of the things that I look for when buying a blaster box. You wouldn't believe how many times I hear somebody say that I don't want to grade a card because it's too expensive. Well, I have a perfect way that you can grade a card with PSA for cheap, and that is to use my code WAYNE25 at checkout. That'll get you a free $25 off your first submission. There's also a link in the description that'll take you exactly where you need to go to get that submission started. But now let's get into the video. So in front of me, I have 4 different blaster boxes from 2024. And if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. I have been ripping open sports cards for the past like 2.5 years. So I have a little bit of experience opening some of these products through the years. And 2024 has been one of the best draft classes for football in a very long time. So that makes some of these products very, very strong in terms of value that you can get back. So we're just going to go ahead and start with the first product. I'll show you guys stuff to look for in a retail product like this. So we're going to start with Select 2024. So this is a more premium blaster box. These are going to cost you anywhere from like $30 to $35. I know when they first came out, they were like $40, $45. It should have come down from now. So the more premium blaster boxes like Select and Prism, you're only going to get 4 cards per pack and 6 packs per box. So let's go ahead and get on into it. And usually get a few parallels per box as well. So this one you get 3 blaster exclusive green and yellow Prism Shock. It says die cuts. They're not die cuts this year, so you got to be careful with some of those typos from Panini and some other companies. So if you take a look at the back of the box, this is very important. You want to see that there is some numbered stuff that you can get. So number to 5, like right there, you can see. Those are going to be some of the rare cards that you can pull. Also tie-dyes. Those sell very, very well. And there's also black 1-of-1s. And then I know it doesn't like specifically say what some of these other parallels are, but gold is usually numbered to 10. Green is numbered to 5. And then the black and green snakeskins are numbered to 2. You can also pull autographs and zebras. So that is a very good sign when you can see stuff that is typically going to be in a hobby product, which some of those parallels are in the hobby product of Select. Now, they are a little bit different from the hobby ones because these are shocks. The hobby product, which is like a $600 to $700 box, has non-shock parallels. All right, so this is what the cards look like, more premium. We do have David Njoku on the silver die cut, so you do get 1 silver die cut per box as well, which is pretty nice. Those are cool looking cards, especially if you can hit some players that you like to collect. Now for Select specifically, the hit rates for numbered cards have been very, very good. So that is something that you also want to look for. We have our first shock coming up. It's going to be Josh Allen. And then we have Marshall and Lattimore, which we did have a Patrick Mahomes insert, so that's pretty cool. So I'll sleeve up the Josh Allen shock. So on the box, it said that this is supposed to be a die cut. It is not a die cut. As you can see, it's a pretty nice card. Unfortunately, very off-centered. Wow. Okay. Let's keep on going. You can also pull memorabilia cards from these, which would be pretty nice. We're going to have Brock Bowers, there's Brock Purdy, and Christian Watson. So Select is a more premium product. I think it's one of the better designed products that Panini comes out with. Like, I just love the design of these and the colors. Now, you're going to get a lot of rookies from Select too. That is a very, very good thing about it. You guys will see here in a little bit like what we'll get from Prism. It is very, very different than what we're going to see out of Select. So there's Dallas Goedert. And second to last pack, we haven't seen anything very crazy. All right, we got Bucky Irving. There's Roma Dunze. Hopefully we see a rookie. There we go, a rookie. It's going to be Theo Johnson. So that is all of our shock parallels. Now we need to see like a numbered card or a zebra, something like that. But overall, you know, it was at least fun to open. All right, so we actually got 2 silver die cuts. we got an extra one in this box, which doesn't happen very often. So we got Overshown, and there's Keon Coleman. All right, so we definitely got a lot of rookies, a lot of color, no numbered cards or anything like that, but still lots of fun. And the most important thing about Select is the high ceiling. So like the black 1/1, we could pull a black 1/1 Jaden Daniels from that box. All right, so now let's take a little bit of a turn and open up some rookies and stars. So with this product, it's going to cost you around $30-ish. So it's a little bit of a lower end, not as premium as a Select or Prism product. So we'll go ahead and get this one open. And the very first thing that you're going to notice is you get 72 cards. So way more than 24 cards that you would get in Select. Now, if we look at the side of the box, it does look kind of similar to Select. You're going to see 1/1. So Platinum 1/1. You also have golds to 10. There's black and blue. I think those are numbered to 5. So there's some pretty low numbered cards in here. You could also pull like some shields, I think, and stuff like that of 1/1 patches. So that's pretty nice. I've also pulled RPAs out of here. There's lots of autographs. In the box, you actually do get 1 autograph or memorabilia card per box on average. So that's pretty nice. You get 5 red parallels and 2 red plaids, which look really, really nice. So I really love Rookies and Stars. It's a very good product if you're just getting into ripping a box or getting into football cards. You get lots of rookies. So we'll go ahead and hop into this one. You're not always going to pull a numbered card out of one of these, but you have a pretty good chance at doing so. So there we go. We got Patrick Mahomes. That is one of our regular reds. And I do like the design of these too. All right, so we got Jared Verse on that rookie, and then we do have our first plaid. It's going to be CJ Stroud. So these are just really nice looking cards, especially if you can hit some nicer rookies on those. You get like 1 rookie in the back. All right, but let's keep on going. We do have another Chrome card. So we're actually going to get more than 2 Chrome cards. We get those 2 plaids plus this one. So hopefully it's a nice one. You also get some cool artistry and motion inserts. Okay, so it's going to be a rookie. We got Xavier Legette on the Crusade, and then Nate Wiggins. So we're already getting some great value from this product. It is by far one of my favorite products to ever open in 2024, and I love the hobby version of this product as well. So definitely very good options. And we already have our other red plaid here. So hopefully we can hit a rookie on that one. We got, who's that? David Montgomery, I think, which that one actually doesn't have the name. I think it's supposed to have a name there. That's a little interesting. I'll have to look at that. All right, we got Bo Nix there. Same thing with that one. The names are like rubbed off. That is so weird. I've never seen that. All right, well, we're seeing new stuff from this product. There's Malik Neighbors and another Malik Neighbors, so that's really nice. Kind of a color match on that one. So that is our other red plaid. Still looking for 1 auto or memorabilia card. So hopefully we see one soon. There's Baker Mayfield. We've got Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kamari Lassiter. So with these blaster boxes, you are most likely going to see a few of the top rookie quarterbacks from this class, which is very nice. All right, we do have a Star Search swatch, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's the memorabilia card. It's Patriots. We're going to have Drake May. That's a nice one. All right, we definitely take that. There's Ricky Pearsall, and we have Bucky Irving. So some really good value out of these, and these are some of like the coolest looking cards. Like that right there, that is so sick. I love those. You can pull numbered ones of those from the hobby boxes. I think you can actually, yeah, you can pull them from these as well, the blasters. All right, so no auto in this box, but here we go. Last pack. Definitely one of my favorites. There's a Amon-Ra St. Brown. All right, we have a CJ Stroud that doesn't have the name as well, and a Caleb Williams without the name. Dang, these are kind of crazy. Like, that kind of makes them more rare, I feel like. The inserts don't have names on them. I'm going to have to go check those other ones. But yeah, that Caleb Williams, no name Caleb Williams. They're not supposed to be like that. It usually says Caleb Williams down there at the bottom. That's kind of cool though. I do like that. All right, so that's Rookies and Stars. I love that product. You guys hear me say it all the time. But before we get into the next products, let me tell you guys about this month's giveaway. So I'm giving away 5 cents per new subscriber that I gain this month. I'll go ahead and pop up on screen how much money we're at. But all you have to do to enter is like, comment, and be subscribed. I'm giving away that money in the form of credits to my website, shopwaynecollection.com, where I sell packs, singles, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, and be subscribed. But let's go ahead. Let's hop into, let's do Prism. So we already did kind of like a paper product with the Rookies and Stars. Let's go back to a more premium one. So this is similar to Select in terms of like the quality of the product, but there's a very, very big difference between Select and Prism. So as you can see, very different from Rookies and Stars too. No numbered cards, which is very unfortunate for Prism retail. I wish they would do numbered cards in here. If we look at what we can pull, you can pull reds, blues, and press proofs. So the reds and blues and the press proofs are going to be like short printed cards. They're very, very hard to pull. But if you can pull a Jaden Daniels, one of those, it's probably worth around $1,000-ish raw. I haven't checked the markets on those in a while. You'd also pull base autographs, which they are like ridiculously impossible to pull. I have opened up a ton of these blaster boxes, whether it be on stream or in videos, and I've pulled one auto. So it's going to be very difficult. So as you can see, there's not a whole lot to chase here. A silver Jaden Daniels is going to be like probably the best thing that pops out regularly, not even regularly. So, and I haven't talked about the prices of these. So whenever Prism comes out first, they're like so expensive. They're like $60 a blaster, and they retail for I think like $35. So that's kind of what they're going for now is, you know, the retail price, which is a good thing. So there's Ricky Pearsall, and we have our laser here. You get I think you get 5 lasers. 2 of them are going to be rookies. So you have a very low chance of hitting a nice card, and even if you pull a Jaden Daniels laser, I don't think they're worth a whole lot. So let's see, we do have a rookie, Michael Penix Jr. Okay, we definitely take that. That is actually pretty nice. So with there being so many nice rookie quarterbacks in this class, it is a lot easier to hit out of Prism, specifically for 2024, than it has been for other years. So that is a good thing, and we will always take a Michael Penix Jr. Prism rookie. All right, we got George Kittle on our other laser, and then there was Jamari Thrash on that rookie. So you can also pull memorabilia cards, which those are pretty cool. Here's our silver. So hopefully we see a rookie. These are very, very hard to hit nice rookies of. Yep. Josh Jacobs, and we're going to have A.J. Brown on the fireworks. You get 1 insert per box too, so keep that in mind. It's a very, very risky product to open. So, all right, we do have a memorabilia card though, so that's cool that I can show you guys that. Hopefully we hit a nice one here. I do like the colors there. There's Will Shipley, and we're going to have Trey Benson. All right. So that is a memorabilia card from Prism. They look pretty nice. They don't go for a whole lot. And there's our other rookie, Jacob Cowing. All right. So we could possibly hit a rookie variation, which would be nice. Doesn't look like it. Yep. So we're going to have Brock Purdy, and there's DJ Moore. All right. So definitely not as exciting as opening up selects. That's my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. But for what you pay, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Prism. Let me know what you guys think. Now we are on to Absolute. So if we take a look at Absolute, you can see that there are 1-of-1s. There's a bunch of numbered cards. They're very hard to hit though. And then there is also autographs. So that is a good thing about this product, but what you're really chasing here is going to be the kabooms, which is a case hit, and then there's explosives. So the kabooms is what you really want. Those are very, very hard to pull, and I kind of wanted to include a product like this in this video because there's multiple products like Absolute, such as Don Russ and Phoenix, where you're only really chasing the case hits. So there's not much other value in the product except the case hits, which you guys will see here in a second. Watch us pull like a 1-of-1 numbered card in a video like this. But yeah, I've never pulled a Kaboom or explosive from one of these. Well, actually, I've pulled an explosive from a blaster that was on stream like a while ago. But I've never pulled an explosive out of a blaster. There's Jaden Daniels. All right, we take that. Then we have Tyler Newman. So, Absolute, the design usually isn't that great. You know, I'm honestly not a huge fan of the design for this year, but I like it more than others. I will say that. So let's keep on going. I feel like the hit rates for memorabilia cards are pretty good out of Absolute. I will say that. All right. This could be Commander's colors on the green. It's going to be Luke McCaffrey. We got Joe Alt, and there's Chop Robinson. Okay, so you do get a decent amount of rookies per pack. I do like that. And also pricing for a box like this, Absolute is definitely a cheaper one. It's around like $25 to $30-ish. Right when they come out, you know, they don't really go up too much in value when they come out. Really the only products that do that is going to be Optic, which Optic is kind of included in this kind of category, except you can get some value with the color rated rookies. But I completely forgot what I was talking about, but let's keep on going. So hopefully we can see something nice here. There's Chad Johnson, we got Dallas Turner, and there's Ricky Pearsall. All right, so last two packs. Hopefully we can see something. Like I said, if you don't see anything like an explosive or Kaboom, you know, you're not going to get much value, but there we go. We do have a memorabilia card, which pop out a lot from these, which is nice. We got Marshawn Lloyd, there's Ray Davis, and there's Marvin Harrison Jr. Okay, so we actually have gotten quite a lot of decent rookies. And last pack, can we do it? Does not look like it. We do have a rock out here. Hopefully a rookie. It's going to be Michael Penix. There we go. Wasn't the worst Absolute blaster box in the world. But there you guys go. That is 4 blasters from 2024. And if you guys found this video helpful, let me know down in the comments below. But to kind of sum things up, I would look for products that have lots of numbered cards. Watch some videos on products before you buy them to see how often you can hit those numbered cards. But from these boxes here, Select and Rookies and Stars are definitely the best and my favorite ones in front of us. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to be entered into that giveaway. And I will see you in the next one.